For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out alphatradingcardgames.com. How's it going, guys? It's a Sabre94 for our second match with Wailord Frosmoth. As a result of my first match with the deck, I do seriously believe that when it comes to regular Pokemon, Wailord just might be the best one because he has the highest HP and is not even a stage 2, he's just a stage 1. Still gonna need, a little bit of support, a little bit of setup, and especially because you're sort of forced to use him with Frosmoth. You can't just, what else are you gonna use with it? You're gonna use like Arceus to power it up? That doesn't make sense. At that point, you might as well just use something different. But with Frosmoth, the two stage 1s, tank Pokemon, can dish out very high damage. As far as regular Pokemon go, it's probably the best one. Which I guess it's saying something when this is considered to be the best regular Pokemon. But anyway, so I'm going to open up with one Snom and one Wailmer. Standard opening, I would say. We run 4 of each of this basic Pokemon. I sort of opt to put Snom in the active position, even though obviously we do want our Frosmoth to survive, our Water Energy Acceleration Pokemon. But you have a bunch to spare. It's not like you need 3 down, 3 Frosmoths. You run those extras for consistency purposes and for backups. And since I'm going to be attaching the energies on benched Pokemon, if, let's say, it survives, I evolve, I can put the water energies on Wailmer. It kind of works out better that way. So I think it makes more sense to leave the Wailmer on the bench if you're going to open with both Pokemon. It depends on what else you have, though. So besides that, I don't have a great opening and no supporter cards, so I'm forced to use the Quick Ball to get Greninja and sacrifice my water energies to hopefully draw some cards, dig in our deck, and see a supporter. I don't. I do see Wailord. I do see another Frosmoth. Well, I had the Frosmoth from the start. What am I talking about? Another Snom. That's what I meant to say. And my opponent is playing Giratina. This deck, it's quite popular. Lost Origin, Lost Zone type of strategy. Giratina is tough. You get to use all of the other engine cards with him. Cramorant, maybe Sableye. Depends on what this guy's going to be using. But I sort of expect, I see it all the time. It's just, the meta decks you just see all the time. Popular Pokemon, Giratina, Arceus. You guys should be familiar with them. Like, even if you don't follow tournaments, if you don't go to events, if you just play online constantly and you see some decks pop up all damn day, it usually means they're the meta decks, you could say. Usually, not always, but I would imagine if I was a guessing man, if I checked on PokeBeach or something, or on PokeStats on Twitter, Giratina would be considered one of the top meta decks right now. But, I've been wrong before. It's certainly popular. Okay, so Cramorant getting that easy KO. There goes the Snom, but I have the other backups. And I see my Stadium. I want that, but I want him to play Stadium first before I play that down. And I need to see a supporter. It's not the card that I necessarily need to see right now. So draw 2 cards with Greninja. I finally do see some supporters. Irida, not really going to give me too much, but I guess we can continue our slow setup. Get another Wailord, and I guess get the Capacious Bucket so I can get my Wailord ready. I have no energies. No energies because I have to discard them with Greninja. And you don't, that's the point of Greninja in this deck, to give you that consistency and work as a sniper too. But this is only sort of, you want to do this a few times. And when I say a few, I mean like 1 or 2. If you keep doing it, if you have all of the energy retrievals in hand, okay, by all means. But when you don't, and you don't know, like I haven't really taken any prizes, powered up any Pokemon, make any attacks. So getting rid of all of our energies, it's really dangerous. I've got Nessa too, but I don't have Ordinary Rod in this deck, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I don't have space for everything. Since I have Nessa, I thought, okay, there's Nessa. So he, let's see, Quick Ball, kill off my damn Frosmoth there. Yeah, I didn't see, but he must have used like a boss's orders. So that sort of screws us up. Okay, and I see research. Now, this is interesting. I have the option of playing Oak, but I decide to go with Irida, the more conservative play here. I'm being really slow at this point. He has taken 2 prizes, and if he gets a KO on the Greninja too with Giratina, I already just I'm already behind quite a bit. Like he's already ahead of me very much. Now I'm gonna spread the energies. This might be a mistake, but my instinct is telling me that maybe he's gonna use Boss's Orders again next turn. So the last thing I want is for Wailord to die with 3 energies on. So sort of split them up, and then hopefully I'll be able to see like the 4th one next turn or something when we play Oak. So I'm giving him one more shot to play down a Stadium so I can throw down my own before we use Oak. And he's going to get an additional free turn of attacking. Hopefully he can't get a KO on the Greninja because he can't quite do it with the Cramorant. Yeah, he's just running too slow. That's one of the problems of this deck. Consistency is everything at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how good your tactic is. If you don't get at least a semi-consistent setup, then you're going to be outpaced. There's been very few strategies that are so broken that you can be from behind, and even if your opponent is at 2 prizes, you can still just throw the game or spin the game around. So, top deck another Water Energy. Not what I want here, because we're going to have to forcefully discard them. So I get the Air Balloon, and I get Marnie too. I think this is much better. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, as opposed to Oak. Minimize his hand too. That should help. And I do see the Frosmoth. I barely see another Water Energy. Just barely, man. Because we used up our manual attachment so that I didn't draw that again. Thin the hand more. So just gonna barely get this KO because Cramorant only has 110 HP. But we don't have our bonus here. So get a prize, and I'm sort of back in the game. I got my setup. Got the Wailords, got the Frosmoth. Greninja sort of survived, but he could snipe him down later with his own Greninja. And now the ball is on his end. What he's gonna do with Giratina. Now that I've got my dudes out, it'd be stupid of him to try and use Cramorants against the Wailord, where he won't even be able to get like a 2-hit KO. So Giratina is going to have to come. And this is where we can turn the game around, because if I kill the Giratina quickly enough, it's not always a guarantee they can power up the second one in time. And if they do, that's all they're going to get. I mean, it's rare that they're going to be able to power up 3 different Giratina VSTARs completely. But who knows, I guess. It depends on if they're going to use Cramorant too. Anyway, so he decides to use the V-Star attack. Might as well get out of the way and get that instant KO. So now I know that that shit is done. Done and dusted. Which means that if I put all of my attacking cards on Wailord, maybe I can survive the big attack. And Jesus, man, we're really low on energies. I need to see energy retrievals, otherwise we can't attack. So I'm going to have to use Oak because he didn't get a KO through his attack. So Cynthia wasn't going to give me a lot of cards. So there's the energy retrieval, thank God. One of the 3. So my dudes need to be surviving here because I'm low on energies, and I need to see the other energy recovery cards, and hopefully I have a few energies in the prizes too. So what we're going to do here, I'm actually going to put a Water Energy on Greninja because we are going to use him, and get the other Frosmoth because I'm going to get that out too. And Special Wave, Wailord. I have my max defense here. I've got the V energy, the special energy that's going to block 30. I've got my Link of Acuity down, and I've got my ability. So I should be blocking, I believe, 80 damage. Yeah, so I think if he attacks, I still lose, which is sad. Now it's gonna escape rope. I guess I'm gonna promote the Radiant Greninja because, well, I mean, Sableye is powered up, so if he wants to target the Greninja, it doesn't matter if I promote him or if I don't promote him. So the smart thing would be to get rid of Greninja. There's not really any point attacking the Wailord. I'm kind of surprised he didn't want to attack with Giratina, but I guess the idea is maybe he wants to save that for last. I mean, that guy is gonna have to kill the Wailord at the end of the day anyway. It's his best method. It does exactly 200 damage, even with my add-ons. That guy's damage is just too much, and he did decide to kill the Greninja. Smart on his part, but I've got the Nessa, so I'll be able to recover everything back. So this is gonna be a sweet little play with Nessa, something that you can only sort of do with this deck. And I guess, with Ordinary Rod, and if you can search the stuff, we're going to grab everything back and instantly power up this Greninja. It's good that they're different than the Prison Pokemon. They don't go into the Lost Zone. But I guess that makes them more broken. So I'll be able to reuse this again. I lost that energy for nothing. But the important thing is that I'm going to kill the Sableye and I'm going to kill the Giratina. So he's not going to have any Pokemon with any energies, which is great. So no energies in play. He only needs to get one more prize, but this is going to be a really close window. So going to get 3 more prizes, and then anything he puts out, Wailord can kill. And actually, because he has small Pokemon, so many small Pokemon down, all I have to do is power up this Radiant Greninja and snipe again, and I win. I mean, we gotta sort of see a switching card. I only have this Scoop Up Net, so it's probably unlikely. But somehow just get the energies on Greninja with Frosmoth so I can just finish him off. So flower selecting, Comfy. I mean, I guess he could scoop one of those up and ruin the plan. We'll see what he does. Get rid of Lake of Acuity for the training court. That's going to help me out too, actually. I mean, I would rather the Acuity stay there, but this is an energy retrieval, sort of. Mini energy retrieval. So Scoop Up Net, yeah, guess I should have known. And it's going to keep digging. I don't know if he's going to play the other Comfy down. I don't think so, but we'll see. Mirage Gate, crap. And yeah, looks like he's gonna get powered up. Giratina, and he wins. That's too bad. This was close, but us being slow to set up in the beginning sort of dictated this match. He would outpace me. But still a GG. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See the potential of Wailord. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time. What a